Welcome to Technology and Education Today. I'm Richard Smith.
And I'm Caroline Crawford, and we are coming to you from the University of Houston, Clear Lake in Houston, Texas, USA.
And today we are discussing what makes a good master's degree program in the area of instructional design and technology. Care to give it a shot? What's your favorite
Well, that's a setup,
points?
isn't it?
What's your favorite points?
Well, basically, if I were a student looking for a program in the area of instructional design and technology or learning technologies, basically we're focusing upon the instructional design process, I would first do my research, do a little analysis, a needs analysis. I know what I want, I know what I need to do, I want to be an instructional designer, now I need to go out and look for programs. What are the programs in my area, the graduate level programs in my area, meaning locale, or if there are any online, and once I've designated 5 or 6 of them, I personally would want to look around on those websites and find out as much information as I could about the program, what the program offerings are. If I want to be an instructional designer, obviously I want to focus in on instructional design and the components of it, of learning theory and performance technology and all the brilliant great areas.
So I think the first thing that I would look for is to find when I hit that website, is I want to see what the website looks like. How well designed
Now there's a thought.
is that landing page?
And who are the faculty as well?
And then
How attractive is the landing page? How informative is it? After all, it's supposed to be an instructional design focused program, right?
That's right.
But also, who are the faculty and how active are they? Not only in academia within the profession, but also within, if you want to focus on business and industry or higher education or medical education or K-12, what's your area of focus?
Yes, and knowing who the faculty are is very important, and as you say, knowing how important they are in the field of instructional design is key to selection of a program. You want to choose the best faculty that's closest to you if you're not talking about a completely online program.
For example, if someone is publishing quite a bit, and one of the things that they've published is a growing interest in an instructional design model that they've published. Not a bad idea. It might be actually a useful entity to consider. If someone is so engaged in the instructional design process that they had their instructional design model peer-reviewed, accepted by peers within the instructional design realm, and people are using it.
Well, actually, there are 2 things to look at in my opinion, when you look for a good faculty, or when you're taking the faculty in consideration.
Have to be cute like you and me.
Right. Terribly photogenic, yes. Intelligent.
Yes, as am I.
And once,
Don't mind me.
Once you get past that, then you need to figure out how many full-time faculty are teaching the courses and how many adjuncts are teaching the classes. Now, the fact that you have an adjunct teaching a class in instructional design or any other area
It's not a bad thing.
is not necessarily a bad thing, because frequently the adjuncts are selected because of their experience in the field. So you might have adjuncts teaching you who are very experienced in the area of instructional design and or training, which is related to instructional design. And this depends on what area of the country you live. And if you are in a rural state, chances are you're not going to have adjuncts who have a lot of instructional design experience. But if you're in an area like New York City, metropolitan area, especially our area, Houston, where we have the oil industry, and there's just a tremendous amount of instructional design now involved in the training for the oil industry, then having an adjunct can actually be a plus, a strength.
We have some amazing, so interesting adjunct faculty who are, I hate to say it, so much better than perhaps some of the full-time faculty. No, okay, that's not exactly what I meant to say. But we do have some amazing adjunct faculty who are.
Okay, but we don't want to be sitting here tooting our own horn.
No, of course not.
But just in general, take a look at that adjunct faculty if they're listed, and see what areas of instructional design and industries associated with their instructional design projects.
Especially for networking. Yes, your full-time faculty are very important, but your adjunct faculty are just as important because they are also out in the field and known out in the field and can enhance your reputation in the field.
And another thing you want to do is take a look at the courses. So you want to get a hold of the catalog for the master's degree program. Some programs emphasize instructional design principally. Other programs might be a combination of instructional design and software applications. So you might be involved with using a lot of video editing software. It's possible you might be involved in using software that actually produces paper-based training. It just depends on what your own personal preferences are.
Well, there's nothing wrong with the theoretical realm. Very strong need out there. But the production side of the house and being able to meld theory and production into real-world products is also a very strong opportunity. Something important to be able to pull together, which if you're looking for a job out in the field, one might consider to be useful.
I think so, and I'm a member of the local chapter of the American Society for Training and Development, so I meet a lot of training directors in Houston, and to me it seems that you have two basic types: those that work for large companies, large oil companies, and those that have their own consulting firms. Well, if you have your own consulting firm, or you're working for a small firm, chances are you're going to be asked to do production in addition to instructional design. If you're working for a large company, it's a plus if you understand media production and you principally understand instructional design.
Absolutely. You need to know what you're asking someone else to do, if it's even a viable request, as well as if somebody, in response to your request for a production-oriented product, says, no, we can't do that. Your response can either be, okay, I understand that it may not be there yet, or it could be, oh, but I understand that you can do this, let me talk you through it, and it's not a bad idea to understand what you're asking.
Usually when it can't be done, if it's not for a technical reason, it's going to be for a time constraint. And if you're not familiar with the requirements that it takes to do use a particular piece of application software to produce something, then you open yourself up to making out demands that really can't be met. So you're better off if you have a hands-on perspective and an instructional design perspective. Another thing to keep in mind with programs in master's degree programs in the area of instructional design is internships. Do you have the option for internships? Is it a sideline with the program, or is it a major emphasis with the program? And the reason I say this is that if you have
you need to take your resume out there and be able to state that you have been doing something. Excuse me for interrupting.
Sure, but right. So you get practical experience with the company, you get references from that company, and the other thing that happens is that frequently companies that have these internships, especially large companies, use that opportunity as a sort of an extended trial period for new hires. So that's why seeing if the master's degree program has an internship, a strong internship program, is a plus. The other things that they might have, of course, or will have, is the option for writing a master's thesis or taking a comprehensive exam. So I think we have reached the end of our time. I'll give you a chance. You have one more contribution?
No, I was just thinking how brilliant you are. You hit all the points that I would have hit as well without...
Had I given you a chance to speak?
In a succinct manner. I love that. I kind of go around the topic and then finally hit it, but you're very succinct in the way you speak, and it's brilliant.
Why, thank you very much.
That's true.
I'm glad you have tenure.
Why? What did I do?
Well, you have been
I like him.
You've been watching Technology and Education Today. I'm Richard Smith.
And I'm Caroline Crawford. Bye!